Yeah. Like the weekend for us, like we went into it pretty tired. I mean, I told you guys before we were going to train pretty hard that week, and we did. Um, so to me, it was just all about the execution of the race, right? When you get to these championships really late in the season, there is a bit of strategy as to how you run. It's not just how fast you run at the beginning and die in the middle and then hold on for dear life. So I was really happy with the way we executed. Everything was exactly how we planned it, especially for the women. I said, hey, let's just go out, let's control the pace here. You five group up, and let's just work together and really progress. And they did exactly that, and I couldn't have asked for any more. The men was a little different. We sat some of our top guys. Three of the top five didn't run. Um, but I gave them groups to work in with, and then they did exactly like the women. They're a little bit more spread out, right? 1 through 5 in a cross-country race is a pretty rare thing to see. So happy for our women to do that. But the men executed, and they did exactly what they needed to as well.
Any particular reason to hold out the top three?
Yeah, one of them came off of a really long summer, Mathis Bourse. He competed really, really late for his country back home in France. And then we have two new guys, also international students, so just getting used to life in the U.S. And they took some time off as well before they came here. So just want to make sure they're a little bit more fit before we just throw them out there to the Wolves. And they've never experienced cross country in the States, so they'll run at Tech this weekend. That'll kind of be an introduction for them, and I think it'll be nice for them to get a chance before we go to Louisville at the beginning of next month.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Which of course you know well down there in Lubbock. Just kind of what do you like about that?
Yeah, a big thing for me is it's spectator friendly. I could run to several different spots, give the guys feedback or the girls feedback, and just there's a lot of different checkpoints that you can go out in the race, and it's not always like that in cross country, unless you're really willing to run, a couple of kilometers or something. So it's nice to be able to stay centrally located. You can bounce back and forth and really let people know what they're doing. And it's a great course. They do a great job maintaining the facility. It has irrigation now. The grass is perfect, and you can really go there and run some fast times. So I'm really looking forward to it.
You're not peaking at all for this?
No.
Continuing the strategy you used this week?
Yeah. So we won't really try to back off and hit any sort of peak until we go to Louisville at the beginning of October. So until then, we're going to train really, really hard, run on tired legs, and I think that'll be nice for them to actually feel their legs when we back off, and they'll be surprised with how good they feel.
Before you start the season, of course, no coach really has a huge idea of what this team looks like because you haven't gone out and competed. You talked about so many new people coming on. Do you feel like as of right now you have a better idea of what these two teams look like?
Yeah, on the men, it's sometimes hard. I love what I see in training from the men's team. We're putting together some things that are exactly what you want to see this time of the season. People working together, camaraderie's good, all those great things. I will admit, like the women are already starting to surprise me a bit, and we talked about that right after the race. Like, I just told them, like, hey, what we have is something special, and we just need to make sure that we don't take anything for granted this season. And, like I thought Abigail Abigail going out there, and, she's more of an 800 specialist. For her to beat some of those girls that are All-Americans in cross, I know it's really early. We're not too excited about it. But just things like that. I think we have a really great women's team, and I think if we continue to work together and strategize these races the way we did, we're going to be really, really good.
The average fan really doesn't understand group running. Mm-hmm. Can you give us the Cliff Notes version?
Yeah.
It's not. It looks easy, and it's not.
No, yeah, and it's not, and the way that you have to win certain races is much different. Running in a really, really big race like the national meet, for example, where there's 200 competitors, is much different than running in a race with 30 or 40 people. So, especially when you get in these championships, the smaller your gap from 1 to 5 can be, obviously the better you're going to be. Now, all of them need to, of course, be towards the front of that pack. So we talk about getting out really, really hard as a group, and you're going to feel some fatigue very early, and then kind of settling back with the pace and finding your teammates. And, we always try to reflect back on it like, hey, it's just like a practice day. You have some discomfort. You see your teammate there next to you. Maybe they're having a bit of a better day than you. They can kind of pick you up and drag you along. So those are things that we practice every day, and we just try to bring that to the race.